Hi travelers, I'm really excited to bring you this new video. Colleen and I went on an extra special vacation trip to Africa, visiting Uganda for the mountain gorillas and Kenya for our first safari. This trip took a lot of planning and was more than a year in the making. Let's have a look at how it all came together with plenty of highlights and tips included here to get you excited for your adventures in Africa. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the video. John here with In the Loop Travel, and I'm joined by my wife Colleen, and we are here in the Kicheche Bush Camp in Alare Motorogi Conservancy here in Kenya. Now this is a big trip for us in Africa. This is actually our first safari. It was Colleen's big birthday trip, so I wanted her to join on the video series. Yes, this is a two-part series. We were first in Uganda, so this is part two of two parts that we'll have to highlight all the things we've been doing here. So go check that out first. It explains a lot of extra stuff that we won't talk about here. Here we'll talk more about what we did on our first safari, what this camp is like and everything. But in there we have a lot of packing tips, a lot of prep work that you need for coming to Africa, whether vaccines and things like that. And I also do have a full guide written article on the blog, on the website, inthelooptravel.com, and you can go check that out. I'll put a link in the description. All the tips and tricks and things we learned from this trip that will help you if you are planning for another trip to Africa or your first trip to Africa. We thought that would be helpful for you. So about this bush camp, Kicheche, Colleen, what do you think about it? Tell everybody what it's got and all the fun we've been having here.
Yeah, so this camp is amazing. What I really love about this camp is that it is intimate. There are only 6 tents, and so you stay in a tent, but this isn't just your average tent. These tents are decked out. You have really comfortable beds, some living space, a giant bathroom.
We're here on the patio of ours, actually, and this is the view you get. We had giraffes actually strolling through here yesterday, so there's cool wildlife sightings you're able to see, things like that.
And they think of every detail too, which is what is so impressive. So, you know, when you're out doing a game drive in one of the vehicles, they've got hot water bottles in the morning when it's a little bit cool, and ponchos just in case it's cool or if it starts raining. There's so many thoughts when it comes to the details of it, and it's just so much fun.
Yeah, and the cabins are so spacious. We have a big living room, we have a bedroom, we have a interior patio with views out. Everything's behind a screen, so it's safe. You're really out here in the wild, so they do have a process by which you are escorted into and out of your tent area at night when it's dark. When it's light out, you're free to keep a lookout on your own and duck inside if anything comes up, but we've had no issues. We do hear that there are buffalo coming through camp at night and things like that. So you're really out here in the wild. There's a main community area.
Right. And meals are taken community style for lunch and for dinner. So we have all the tents full right now. So we have 12 people that we dine with every evening, counting us. The cool thing though is breakfast is actually served when you're out in the bush.
Right.
Yeah, and that is so much fun because after you've been exploring and seeing the animals for a couple hours, you really work up an appetite, and your driver will find a terrific spot with a great view to stop and set up a little picnic breakfast, and it's become something we really look forward to every day.
Yeah, there's kind of a rhythm to the day. There's important times to keep aware of here. It might be that way on every safari. You get up in the morning, so we have a morning wake-up call. You give a preference at dinner the night before, and they'll bring you your morning coffee right here while you get ready. 6 o'clock, we're on the trails and out on our game drive in the morning before the sun rises. We have a breakfast out in the bush, which is amazing. That usually takes place around 9 o'clock. Get back 10, 11 o'clock, depending on how you saw a lot of things and you want to get a little rest before 1 o'clock lunchtime. 3:45 is tea time, and
Right.
we gather and have a quick tea or a drink or whatever you want before we head out for our second game drive of the day for 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
And we come back after dark, a lot of wildlife sightings, and you might be out 7 to 8 hours on 2 separate sessions on your game drives every day.
Yeah, and you never know what you're going to see, which is really great. Now, you didn't mention one of my favorite traditions, and that is the sundowner.
All right.
Yeah, and so like you have breakfast in the morning, in the evening, you pick your cocktail of choice or beer of choice, and it's served right there in the vehicle along with some really tasty snacks. And it's really
Right
fun
at
to,
sunset.
yeah, it's fun to toast the
We
sunset.
had a beautiful time yesterday with lions just next to us in our vehicle while we enjoyed our drinks, and was a great way to wrap up our drive for the day, and then before we headed back for dinner.
And one of the things I think that really appealed to me about this particular lodge was that it's really that small group. And so we've actually been assigned, we're in a vehicle with two other people, the same two other people every day. So it is just the four of us. And, we've really enjoyed meeting new people and the intimacy of it. They aren't big vehicles stuffed with people.
That's right. It is important. There's like the vehicles will fit more people, but they keep it limited to four, and you four and your driver, who is your tour guide. We have an excellent guide, Charles, who has been doing this sorts of things for more than 20 years, and he gets us to all the great places. You'll see. I'm going to put a little highlight montage of this safari at the end of this video. Once we'll wrap up talking here soon, and I can show you all these highlights. I did want to mention that we did notice we were a little apprehensive about it. We're not big photo buffs with all the camera equipment and stuff. You can do a safari this way with just a cell phone. Many people here are, and all the videos you're going to see came just from our cell phone. So that's kind of exciting. It's an easy way to pack light, and if you're not into all the equipment, you don't have to be.
That's right. And you will see some people with those giant lenses. And if you're a photo buff, this is perfect for you. But you get surprisingly close to the animals who, frankly, couldn't care less that you're there. So it is a pretty close up experience.
A couple more things to mention. They do have a gift shop where you can buy some like local handcraft items. We're among the Maasai people here, the Maasai people, and they've been all the servers for us, and they're the rangers on the park for us. They do have some crafts and some of the traditional attire and craft work that you might want to bring home as a souvenir. Every evening we do have a bonfire as well before dinner. So you come back from your game drive, everyone reassembles around the fire and recaps what they saw during the day, and it just becomes more of a relaxing atmosphere. Your little community here, so it's been really, really great. So I think that's it. I appreciate you. Check out the first video in the series where we hiked to see the gorillas and the monkeys in Uganda, and now you're about to see the highlights from our safari here in Kenya.